Well, I didn't plan on making this video, but uh, it hasn't been that great of a week, I'd have to say. Um, so if y'all don't know, I made an announcement video, I think like a week or two ago, or at some point last week, where I said that it was like the beginning of July, actually. And I said from July 3rd to July 13th or 16th or whenever that I was going to try to post 2 videos a day, and in hoping that as I'm doing that, by the time I'm finished, I can go play F1 2021 and make content on that game. Well, I found out 2 days ago, or last night, excuse me, that the Digital Deluxe Edition is going to be 3-day early access, which it's not that big of a deal. It's like 3 days that I can still wait and I can still play F1. But I wanted to make this video because I wanted to set the record straight and tell you all that I failed you. And like I said in the beginning, I had originally planned to put out 2 videos a day, maybe even 4 for one day, and then 4 for another day. And again, the reason I wanted to do that was because F1 2021 was on the horizon. And since I didn't want to do like 1 video per day, I decided to do 2 just so I could probably have like an easier and faster break than I thought. Well, that didn't turn out to be as... From the start of this whole thing back on July 3rd, this whole thing was doomed from the start. It was doomed from the start back on July 3rd when I made the announcement video that I was going to do this whole thing, that I was going to put out 35 total episodes, or 36 total videos, not episodes, but 36 total episodes this week on its own. And I didn't realize that the NASCAR 7 stuff is easier to make, but the F1 stuff is time consuming. Now, for a lot of you guys that don't know, NASCAR and Formula 1 game-wise are very, very different. Because for NASCAR, you get to turn left, and certain tracks you turn right as well. But the thing is like NASCAR is easy, and since I, grew up watching NASCAR the majority of my life, it was just easier to make the NASCAR 7 stuff. But then when it comes to Formula 1, I then realized that the newer F1 games, you need to put time into them. You need to put time into like the newer Formula 1 games, just so your race weekend could go a lot more smoothly. And I didn't realize that. And the second I was doing, I think it was either Australia or Dutch. It was one of those 2 races when I realized that this whole idea that I have planned out is not going to work out. Because, like, for F1, because again, NASCAR is easy. Like, I could do NASCAR 7 easily, but it all comes down to F1. And F1, any F1 content creator can agree with me on this. Depending on, like, the times for, like, practice or qualifying or, the laps for the race, it could take a pretty long time. Now, again, it depends on what, like, percentage you have, and the percentage that you have is what you get for the entire weekend. You can't change it, and it's a pain in the ass. You can't, at least from what I've seen, you cannot change the race length difficulty, which affects the qualifying and the practice. And the practice in real life is like an hour or so, maybe like an hour and a half at most. But the thing that I realized was I forgot how long it actually took for me to do the F1 stuff. And again, a lot of F1 content creators can agree with me on this. It takes hours to do Formula 1 stuff. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, NASCAR 07, or any NASCAR game in general, you do a bit of practice, you do qualifying, you get into the race, and there you go. It's like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how long it takes for you to maybe get your car set up to the way you want it to be. But, like, that's the thing. Like, you could, like, it's way more shorter for, like, NASCAR. But then you hop on over to Formula 1, and it's just like, well, you gotta do this program, you gotta do this practice program, so you can get resource points so you can put towards upgrades. And if you do all these practice programs perfectly, you get more resource points out of it. If you do these, like, other objectives, like these 5 objectives, during practice, you get more. If you complete all of them, well, you just complete them all. Like, there's no, like, big, thing that happens in the end. And I think the one thing that kind of brushed over my head is that I thought me doing this whole thing would be as easy as doing it for like I was doing it for NASCAR 07. And NASCAR 07, because I'm doing the last to first and I don't have to give a shit about anything, it's easy. And I realized that F1, I do have to give a shit. I can't just brush it off like I would in NASCAR 7 because I'm doing a last to first thing, starting at the back in every race and working my way up to the field. I got that idea from Kamikaze Games. I don't think I ever said that in the NASCAR 7 thing, but I got that idea from him. And I mean, he obviously started it, so I just kind of did it as well for me. But anyways, I'm getting off track. But I realized that for F1, you can't really do that, because if you don't do that, you don't get enough resource points to put towards your chances, we'll say, of getting these certain upgrades that you want. And if you do these practice programs, you get resource points out of them. But if you don't do them, you're not going to gain anything out of it. And if you don't do qualifying, then you're going to start last in every race, and yeah, you'll work your way through the field. Yeah, if you want the earned driver of the day signature sponsor on your car, you can do that. But the thing is like, for people like me, an American who plays F1, it's not easy. F1's not easy. For a lot of other people, it could be. But F1 2020 is not that easy. And even for someone like me who thought it would be easy to pump out 2 F1 videos a day, would be an easy thing to do. Like, I don't know where I got that idea from. It made sense in my head, and then the second I started doing it, I then realized there's no way I'm going to be able to pump out 2 F1 videos per day. Like, basically, I have to do 2 races one day, get my editor to edit them, or send them to my editor, he edits them, sends them back to me, I upload it, and then I have to schedule it for a certain time, and it'll be up at that time. And then I gotta, like, and then as they're, well, not as they're uploading, but once, like, you know, I don't have to do anything, because I'm gonna be scheduling it and uploading it, like, late at night, I could just do 2 more Formula 1 races, like, during that whole phase. But the thing is like, when it takes, like, almost 2 hours to do, like, practice and qualifying combined and add on top of another hour for the race, you can kind of get where I'm coming from on how it's difficult and how I could not do this, even though I said I would. But to be honest with you, I'd have to stay up for multiple nights on end to do this. Like, do F1. Like, do these F1 races and get them done and get them out and everything like that. But the thing is like, I can't continue to push myself to do these Formula 1 races for, like, an extended period of time. There's just no way I'd be able to do that. Because there just wouldn't be a way for me to do that. Again, I'd have to stay up for hours on end just to get that done. And let me tell you, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit here and push myself to do this and still fail you guys in the end. Now, I know I'm not a popular YouTuber, even though I'm almost at 150 subscribers, but still, I'm not that popular. And when I promise something, I let people down. And when I let people down, I feel bad about it. I blame myself for the whole thing. And it all kind of just culminates in me not wanting to continue doing it. Pushing myself is one thing for stuff outside of YouTube, but during YouTube, instead of just doing it for fun and trying to push out 2 F1 videos per day, there's just no way that that's going to happen. And I've tried, like, updating, like, the schedule over on Twitter, and it doesn't work for me. I just can't do it. Like, I say these times, and then they just don't work. Like, it sucks for me, because I really wanted to do this, and I really wanted to, like, have more content out before July 16th when F1 2021 gets released. And then, like, my whole world just came crumbling on top of me for all of this that I'm trying to do. And realizing very, very quickly that this ain't gonna work the way I want it to. And it bugs me. It bugs me a lot, because I know I can do it. It's just I can't keep continuing to push myself to do it and still ultimately fail in the end for trying. And to be honest with you, I've only gotten to Monaco. I haven't even gotten to, like, the halfway point of the season. And I'm pretty sure if I made it to that point, a lot of you guys would probably just be commenting on this video like, but you made it to the halfway point of the F1 2020 My Team season. Why are you complaining? Just complete the last few episodes. There's like 4 episodes in there. Yeah, but that's like 6 hours. And on top of the fact that, like, when I send it to my editor, he's like rummaging around trying to find which is which. Like, which clip is which. Like, if I'm doing Monaco and then I do Baku, it's like, okay, well, which one's the Monaco clip? Which one's the Baku clip? And that's what my editor has to deal with. I don't want to do that with him. So I just send him, like, so whenever I'm done with the race, I send him one of the videos, but then again, but it's just like, I don't want to do another one is the other thing. And obviously he's a great editor, and he's editing this video now, and I'm proud of him for it. But I just can't keep doing that to him. And I can't keep doing this to myself, so I wanted to make this video just to let you all know that I'll still try to do the 2-day F1 2020 video stuff, but if the My Team mode does bleed into the F1 2021 kind of, not saga, but days, don't be alarmed. It's just what happens. I can't control it, and neither can my editor. I tried and tried and tried, and ultimately, in the end, I failed you all. And I really apologize for that, and I wanted to make an apology because I failed you guys, and I'm sorry about that. So I just want to make this quick little video. I know it's like 15 minutes, but I just want to make this quick video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, notification down below for more. Follow me on Twitter, ChrisBlaze2414, to keep up to date with, I guess, my video schedule. I don't know, if you guys want to. Thank you guys so much. My name is Christopher Mouse. Peace out, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.